Continuing Ickabog, Chapter 1, Part 2. His daughters are nowhere near pretty enough to exchange for hopes of heaven, sire, said Spittleworth. To the north of Shoeville lay more green fields and clear sparkling rivers, where jet black cows and happy pink pigs were raised. These in turn served the twin cities of Kurtzburg and Baronstown, which were separated from each other by arching stone bridge over the main river of Cornucopia, the Fluma, where brightly colored barges bore goods from one another of kingdom to another. Kurtzburg was famous for its cheeses, white heels, dense orange cannonballs, big crumbly blue-veined barrels, and little baby cream cheeses smoother than velvet. Baronstown was celebrated for its smoked and honey-roasted hams, its sides of bacon, its spicy sausages and melting beefsteaks, and its venison pies. The savory fumes rising from the chimneys of the red brick Baronstown stuffs mingled with the odorous tang from wafting from the doorways of Kurtzburg cheesemongers, and for 40 miles all around it was impossible not to salivate breathing in the delicious air. A few hours north of Kurtzburg and Baronstown, you came across acres of vineyards bearing grapes as large as eggs, each of them ripe, sweet, and juicy. Journey onward for the rest of the day, and you reached granite city of Jeroboam, famous for its wines. They said of the Jeroboam air that you could get tipsy simply walking its streets. The best vintages changed hands for thousands upon thousands of gold coins, and Jeroboam wine merchants were some of the richest men in the kingdom. But a little north of Jeroboam, a strange thing happened. It was as though the magically rich land of Cornucopia had exhausted itself by producing the best grass, best fruit, and the best wheat in the world. Right at the northern tip became the place known as the marshlands, and the only thing that grew there was some tasteless rubbery mushrooms and thin dry grass, only good enough to feed a few mangy sheep. The marshlanders who tended the sheep didn't have the sleek, well-rounded, well-dressed appearance of the city of Jeroboam, Baronstown, Kurtzburg, or Shoeville. They were gaunt and ragged. Their poorly nourished strip never fetched very good prices, either in Cornucopia or abroad. So very few marshlanders ever got to taste the delights of cornucopian wine, cheese, beef, or pastries. The most common dish in the marshlands was a greasy mutton broth made of those sheep who were too old to sell. The rest of Cornucopia found the marshlanders an odd bunch, surely dirty and ill-tempered. They had rough voices which the other Cornucopians imitated, making them sound like hoarse old sheep. Jokes were made about their manners and their simplicity. As far as the rest of Cornucopia was concerned, the only memorable thing that has ever come out to the marshlands was the legend of the Ickabog. Awaiting Chapter 2.